I've never seen such a collective realization from an entire player base that this could be it. That was the realization that players had in the roleplay server of Haze back in May of 2004. You can see that by the fact that every race made a war speech. They were preparing for the end. A culmination of events made it so a battle was about to take place. It was called the Last Thay Battle. Story-wise, it was about reclaiming a fallen city back and stopping the spread of darkness from the clutches of a mad wizard. It was the single most unifying and epic event in the history of the server. This chat log is the only surviving single piece of evidence of that event taking place. I was lucky enough to find it. I got it thanks to asking a lot of former players and just got lucky with one of them. You may find it funny, but to me that battle was always a legend in the lore of Haze. So finding that piece of evidence confirmed what I always thought was true. This event was incredible. There is so much in this chat log. You can really feel the intensity when all the races of Narumer come together in the quarry and make their war speeches. The elf speech was the longest, very fittingly. It spoke mostly about the afterlife. The dwarven speech made by their leader, Thoric Stoneshield, was a bit shorter. It spoke about honor and pride, fighting and dying side by side. The human speech, made by Roald, was not much of a speech, more like an order, directing the armies and making sure they understand what's at stake. Roald thought there was a chance to negotiate with the enemy and not fight, so I think that kinda distracted him from making a cool war speech like the rest of them. Roald only had his character for about 2 months when he led the charge. The elves and the dwarves, on the other hand, a lot of them lived together since the birth of the server back in late 2003, so they were at least half a year together, and that's where you get those emotions and those speeches. I, by the way, was logged in during that event, but there was just too much lag, so I logged out before things unfolded. Lag was a huge issue. You can even see it here. The Dungeon Master Hot getting mad since players were using functionalities which increased the lag further. Neverwinter Nights and the server were not designed to handle such a load. So many characters in the same area, and also a battle was about to take place, so it was about to get worse. I think one of the most beautiful moments is that the bard Cadence threw away her bow and started singing an old battle song about the city to inspire victory. Ironically, you can even see one other character saying in response to her singing, "Fewer speeches, more arrows." There are so many good moments. The emotions are flowing in every scene. Especially if you know and understand the background of those characters, it plays out like a good movie, and for me, I couldn't get enough of it. I know I grind this point a lot when I talk about it, but it's all about the reaction to death, and the reaction to the possibility of death. Thanks to the log, I was also able to spot a mistake. The Chronicle file says, "An army of all the races of Narumer save the gnomes fights the wizard." That's not true. One gnome was there, Kruril Silvershaper. This is Mary, who wasn't in the battle, finding out that his friend, Kruril, died. Indeed, we see emotions over and over again. Now, because it's text-based role-playing, it's kinda hard to type and fight at the same time. So you do less emotes during the fights, but you still see the battle cries and the orders being yelled, and I find it beautiful. So when I made the Haze movie, I made it a point to include parts of those fighting scenes. So in case you didn't watch it, I'm gonna link it in the description, specifically at the point where I start showing the log. We are now working on a new version of Haze. We actually want to outdo its predecessor. We want to inspire you. We have better tools, better technology, and this time we're not gonna miss out on recording what happened. I don't want this chat log to be the final, lasting memory of past greatness.